All right, let's just bring you some breaking news here that mediators say the Gaza ceasefire deal has been approved by both sides. This is a post that US President Donald Trump has just posted on his Truth social media platform.
Trump's post in X.
So breaking news here on Al Jazeera that the deal has been agreed. Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher joins us live now from Washington, D.C.
This has been building, particularly over the last couple of hours, when Donald Trump in a meeting at the White House said he'd just stepped away from a call with his team that were in Egypt in Sharm el-Sheikh, and he was encouraged by the progress that had been made and thought there would be an announcement since that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, all surrounding nations and the United States of America. And we want to thank mediators from Qatar, Egypt and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. After hours of speculation that this was going to happen, that we were edging closer, that there was more optimism than there has been at any point in the last 2 years, it appears that Donald Trump and his 20-point plan and the pressure that he has exerted, not just on Hamas and on Israel, but on others in the region, appears to have delivered a peace deal which should mean an end to the war on Gaza.
Let us see what's happening in Gaza.
Well, celebrations have erupted in Khan Yunis in Gaza. Palestinians are in the streets chanting and dancing in response to the announcement that a ceasefire has now been agreed, and the news is spreading across the strip where cheering can be heard at many of the displacement camps. Let's go back to Hani Mahmoud, who's live for us from Al Zaweda, that's in central Gaza. Hani, we've been talking to you throughout the night. We've been looking at those scenes of jubilation. What's the feeling in Gaza now?
Well, there throughout the day, again, a lot of people were expressing their hopes, but they were very cautious about what they expressed, what they shared with us. They were often shared that one thread that there is an anxiety on the rise. They would feel that this might be a fragile ceasefire agreement similar to the past one and will not fulfill what they aspire for. But it does seem this time it's a little bit different. The way it's been done, the way it has been going through very aggressive and very focused negotiations in Egypt, as well as the announcement that was made or the post that was made by Donald Trump about reaching an agreement. All of this enthusiasm together, gradually changing the mood on the ground. People started to have a little bit of faith now that this time it's going to happen. We're going to see an actual end, because it's very systematic, moving from one phase to another, starting with the release of the captives from the Gaza Strip and then the withdrawal of the Israeli military. But as we speak, you probably can hear in the background the fighter jets still hovering, and that seems to be the Israeli military last minute house cleanup, sort of, or as they describe it. But we're not going to see a complete state of calm across the strip until there is an official statement that requires an end of bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Even though the past couple of days Donald Trump made a demand to the Israeli Prime Minister that to hold bombing of Gaza, but we did not see that happening. The attacks continued, and they're actually continuing as of this moment, but not at the same level as we've seen in the past few days, not at the same intensity and not at the same level of destruction. But let's just remind our viewers, from the time that Donald Trump made the demand that the Israeli military or Israel hold bombing Gaza, stop the bombings of Gaza City, till today, 118 people were killed. That's from the time he made that demand.
And Hani, as you've been telling us all night, Gaza has faced utter destruction. Most of the strip is now unlivable. So how do people now go about returning to their lives and livelihoods? What are the challenges they face now as this deal starts to take?
It will be very difficult to see how people are coping with the level of destruction has been inflicted across the Gaza Strip. It was designed in a way to make the entire strip quite unlivable, uninhabitable. The pace, the patterns of attacks, the fact that not just homes were destroyed, public facilities, infrastructures, schools, clinics and hospitals, all destroyed, even places designated for special needs, for schools designated for special needs and for people with the special conditions, all destroyed, to the point that the easiest part would be releasing the captives, but the hardest part will be rebuilding shattered lives. And again, shattered lives here is not just the physical outlook of it, it's not the buildings.
Final thought to you. I mean, you've been covering the war since day one, so for 2 years, and I know it's been very difficult for you personally as well. At times I've been speaking to you, and I know the scenes of what you're seeing has brought you close to tears. What about the loss of so many of your Al Jazeera journalist colleagues, Hani, people who were telling the stories of the suffering in Gaza and were then silenced by Israel?
This particular part almost got me emotional, because I was just speaking to my colleagues, and I was hoping many of our dear colleagues were still alive and shared with us and joined with us this moment. The colleagues here from the network and other journalists from other networks as well on other platforms, but that's the part that we get very emotional about it, because we spend so much time with these journalists as colleagues, as brothers, as people we see on the ground. We cooperated, we coordinated reports. We definitely wished if they were around to join us at this particularly, I would say, exciting and happy moment to report about an end to the genocide. Hopefully, we're all hoping and praying that this time it's going to be real, it's not fragile, it's going to hold, and it's going to bring at least a peace of mind and a tranquility for people who never experienced it for a whole entire 2 years.
All right, Al Jazeera's Hani Mahmoud live from